Welcome, friends, to the channel Classy Frugality. My name is Tanya, and I'm so glad you decided to join me today. I just wanted to take you along today with me on a walk. I've decided to get out. I got myself some, you can see that. I got myself some leggings yesterday, some spandex leggings. So I don't know if I've told you all before, but I actually used to run competitively. I know that's hard to believe probably, but I did. I was never super fast or anything, but I ran in a local run walk series here in the Lake Cumberland area of where I live. But I felt great when I was doing it. When I was doing it, I was in the, what was the age group? 40 to 49, I think it was, age group. But I always seemed to do well enough to win a medal in my age group. And I felt wonderful. I felt great. I was fit. I'd lost weight. My joints didn't hurt. And I just felt great. Life happens. And I started just not having time to do it, or not making time, I guess you could say. I had a very stressful job in the last few years, and I've changed jobs since then, but that job caused me to stop running. I didn't have any time for anything else, basically, other than that job. And so I stopped doing it, but I was out shopping yesterday at Rose's, and I decided to buy a pair of running pants. These were $7.99, frugal buy. So I'm off work today, so I thought, you know what? Why not go out today? It feels wonderful. I know, look, it looks rainy out. It's not supposed to rain until later today, but I thought I would take advantage of it. This was always, when I was running, it was always my favorite weather to run in. I feel great. I can breathe well with this type of weather. I don't know what it is. Probably, I've not even looked. It feels like it's 60 degrees, 55 degrees even. So anyway, let's just start. Let's just take a walk. Back when I was running more, okay, that was a dead squirrel. Oh, poor guy. Back when I was running, there's a whole section of my subdivision that was unpopulated, and I would go up there and get wildflowers and stuff. I would get pretty bunches of flowers, and I'd bring them home and trim them and put them in a vase. But since that time, they've built houses, just a whole bunch of houses up through there. And so there's not as much available in the way of wildflowers. There's some little purple clover. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, there are still a few lots, but if you look up through there, you can see they've just built a lot of stuff up through there. So I'm sure I'm going to get out of breath, so I'm going to cut it off now, and I will see you back at the house. I almost dropped my phone. And I'm going to show you my summer decor, and then we'll see what else we get into. Okay, I don't want my neighbors to think I'm weird, but I'm just wondering what this tree is. This is so pretty. I don't think it's a dogwood, because the leaves, I don't know. It's just pretty. Drop it down in the comments if you know what this is. Okay, this is pretty. It's a wildflower, but I think it's pretty. And I think this is called chicory. I think people make tea out of the roots, or coffee rather, out of the roots of this. But that's pretty, and that just grows wild. Here's some of those purple or red clovers that I was talking about. I think that's pretty also, just a pretty flower. This big leafy plant, I think this is neat looking too. And the leaves feel velvety. Okay, here is something else growing alongside the street on one of the vacant lots. If anybody knows what this is, put it down in the comments. I think that is beautiful. Well, I really did enjoy my walk. There's just something about being outside, breathing the fresh air, just getting a little bit of blood flowing through your veins. It just puts you in a better mood, or does me anyway, puts me in a better mood, and just makes me feel good all the way around. Just taking a walk is probably the most frugal exercise that a person can engage in, and I enjoy it. So I was so thankful to get to do that today. Next on the video, I'm going to show you all the free things that I have gotten in the mail during the past week and a half. And as always, if you haven't viewed the channel before, I always leave links at the bottom to show you where I find these type of things. The actual offers that I've received may be expired by now, but there are always new opportunities to get free items if you follow these links. First, I'm going to show you, if you've watched the channel, you've seen this many times, but this is my In Touch devotional, and I ordered one for my husband and for myself. This comes from In Touch Ministries, and you can go to their website, intouch.org/subscribe, and they will send you this beautiful devotional. This is the June devotional, so I haven't opened it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and unseal that just to show you how nice. See, there's a different devotion for every day in this book, and then there are just other nice things in there too, just all kinds of stories, but there's something you can read every day, and it's just really, really neat for free. So I'll leave that link down in that description box. Also, I got a couple of really nice high-end magazines. This is the June-July 2025 edition of this particular magazine, and it's super thick and just really nice to look at. It's got lots of stuff in there. And then when I'm done with these, I always pass these along. I take these to work. I have a gentleman who lives there who really enjoys magazines. So look at that. Really nice. And I don't know what magazines even cost. It's been so long since I've literally bought a magazine, but look, I love looking at stuff like that. They still sell them. We have a bookstore in our local mall, and I hit my air fryer. We have a bookstore in the local mall, and they have a whole magazine rack. I'm sure they do in stores too. I think I've seen them at the Kroger checkout. I just don't pay that much attention. All right, and I don't have a cat, but this was free. And here is my thought behind this. So my mom's cat, she has a cat, but he can only eat special food because he's diabetic. So I probably won't pass that on to him either. But did you ever think about the fact that they're homeless animals too? And not just talking about strays, but also thinking about homeless people have pets. And, you know, it stands to reason if a person can't afford food or shelter or clothing for themselves, how are they going to afford it for their pet? And everybody deserves to experience the joy of having pets and animals. Just because a person doesn't have a home doesn't mean they shouldn't enjoy a pet. So I thought, well, why not go ahead and request these anyway? They're free. It's 2 bags of Temptations cat treats. And what I'm going to do when I get stuff like this, when I gather up a bag or box of food to take and donate to either my local Help the Homeless or our food pantry at church or wherever. There's all kinds of opportunities around here to donate food. I'm just going to add this to it because, you know, if they can't afford food for themselves, then they can't afford food for their animals either. So here we go. There's 2 things. And I got, also at a different time, I requested some cat food. Looks like it is Sheba brand cat food. Sheba Selections Fillets and Broth, and it came with a little thing of coupons too. I'll put that in the food pantry, the food cupboard. And I'm sure somebody's kitty cat will appreciate that. But the magazines and the cat treats, cat food, all that, those I found by looking on that Hunt for Freebies website that I tell you about. That's www.hunt4freebies.com. That's where I basically find all my information on free stuff. So I'll put that down in the description box too. And finally, I'm going to show you some of my decorations. You know, Memorial Day is winding down, and so it's the unofficial start to summer. So I thought it was time to do a little seasonal decoration for summer. And usually what I do is I'll just go with something patriotic, and that way it can take us all the way up to the end of summer, and it'll cover Independence Day and all that. And so I probably won't change this back out again until it's time to put up my fall decor. So enjoy. This was my dress when I was a baby. Held up pretty well to be nearly 50-year-old dress. They're all in red, white, and blue. I didn't have any decorations for my tree, so I made some. These were all free. bag that we already had. Literally ripped up cardboard and cut paper and drew on some things, and I think it turned out pretty cute. On this Memorial Day, I hope that you've had a chance to take a moment to remember those no longer with us. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you would, please give me a big thumbs up and let me know that you liked it. If you're not already a member of the Classy Frugality family, if you would just hit that subscribe button down in the corner, I would greatly appreciate it. Until I see you again, have a blessed day.